Arrival over ruin. The Galactic Empire wanted slaves. They got resistance instead. Word count, ~500. The skies above Earth tore open with fire. They came without warning. Colossal ships of black alloy, shaped like daggers and wreathed in electric clouds. The Galactic Empire had arrived. Cities around the world stared upward in awe and horror as the sky turned red. Then came the message, transmitted in every major language simultaneously. People of Earth, you belong to the Galactic Empire now. Submit. You will serve. Resistance is death. In Karachi, Captain Adil Khan stood atop the ruins of his military outpost, dust and smoke swirling around him. He coughed, blood on his lips, ears ringing from the orbital strike that had obliterated the command bunker. Moments earlier, the base had been alive with chatter. Now, it was ash and twisted steel. Adil stumbled across the scorched compound, stepping over the body of a fellow officer. His squad, gone. His radio, silent. Somewhere nearby, a child cried. He found her under a collapsed section of wall, trembling but alive. Without thinking, he pulled her free and wrapped his jacket around her. There was no time to mourn, no time to process. Just survive. The Empire's drones buzzed overhead, scanning the rubble for life. Their sleek, insectoid design gleamed in the ash-stained sun. Adil ducked under cover as a patrol ship roared past, its spotlights raking the ground. He had seen enough. They weren't here for diplomacy. They didn't want peace. They wanted slaves. Adil moved swiftly, heading for the old maintenance depot behind the base. There, he found an old comms console that had survived the blast, powered by its own emergency cell. With clumsy fingers, he tuned it to a military frequency, static, then a voice. Repeat, this is Resistance Node Bravo 7 in Lahore. If you're alive, get to cover. They are taking prisoners. Some to the ships, some not. He pressed the transmit button. This is Captain Adil Khan, Karachi Garrison. We're hit. Base destroyed. I'm alive. Repeat, I am alive. Silence. Then, acknowledged. Head north. We'll meet you. Bring weapons if you can. And, Captain, don't get caught. The transmission ended. Adil looked at the girl clinging to him. He looked at the sky, still crawling with alien vessels. His world was gone, burned in minutes. But Earth was not lost. Not yet. He picked up a broken rifle, grabbed a field pack, and began moving. Every step was pain, but his mind was sharp. The Empire had made one mistake. They thought humans would kneel. They didn't know that fire only makes steel harder. The Death World fights back. The Galactic Empire wanted slaves. They got resistance instead. Word count, ~500. The jungle devoured the patrol. Thick vines snagged the legs of the alien soldiers as insects swarmed their armor. Humid air clogged their filters. Their shimmering carapace suits, perfect for vacuum warfare, offered little protection against the raw chaos of the Amazon. Then the trees erupted in gunfire. From the underbrush, humans emerged like ghosts, faces painted, weapons scavenged and modified from fallen alien scouts. Bullets and plasma tore through the patrol. The lead officer screamed in confusion, raising his translator module before it was silenced by a machete to the throat. The skirmish lasted less than a minute. Elsewhere, across every continent, scenes like it played out again and again. Earth was bleeding, but not broken. Underscore 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 underscore. Captain Adil Khan huddled inside the ruins of a gas station, now turned into a forward resistance outpost. A rusted radio sat in the corner, broadcasting fragmented reports. Resistance fighters in Johannesburg have downed a patrol ship, using salvaged anti-air. Tokyo Cell hijacked a drone swarm using reverse-engineered command signals. New York Underground transmitting pirate signal, calling it Radio Free Earth. Adil leaned back, nursing a cracked rib and listening. The fire was spreading. People weren't just surviving anymore. They were adapting. He turned toward Farah, a mechanic from Lahore who had become his unofficial engineer. She was rewiring an alien plasma cell into what looked like a makeshift mine. "That stable?" he asked. She smirked. "Stable enough. Stick it to a crawler's underbelly and run. It'll ruin their whole week." Adil nodded. All across the planet, farmers, students, coders, hunters, everyone had become soldiers. Not because they wanted to be, because they had no choice. Empire's plan was simple, Farah muttered. "Break our governments, shatter our systems, pick up the pieces, enslave what's left." "But they forgot what Earth is," Adil replied, eyes narrowing. "A death world, and death worlds bite back." Suddenly, the door burst open. A scout dashed in, breathless. "So, we captured one. An officer. Alive." Adil stood immediately. Minutes later, the officer sat bound in a reinforced cell, a tall, scaled alien with dark red eyes and contempt in its gaze. It hissed something guttural before the translator clicked on. "You were not meant to resist. You are cattle. Untrained. Primitive." Adil stepped close, face unreadable. "We were untrained. Now we've learned it. And we're not cattle." The alien bayed its fangs. "You'll burn." Adil didn't flinch. "No, you will." He turned and walked away. Outside, he stared at the night sky. Somewhere up there, fleets still circled. But they weren't untouchable. They were vulnerable, stretched, arrogant, unprepared for a species that had survived its own extinction more than once. Earth wasn't giving in. It was just getting started. Steel, fire, and fury. The Galactic Empire wanted slaves. They got resistance instead. Word count, ~500. The stolen alien dropship trembled as it streaked through the upper atmosphere. Inside the dim cockpit, Adil Khan sat strapped in beside Farah, sweat beading on their foreheads as turbulence rattled the controls. A month ago, neither of them had even seen an alien craft. Now they were flying one, badly, straight at an Imperial orbital relay station. Below them, Earth smoldered. The Empire had escalated its response. Los Angeles, Berlin, and Addis Ababa had been vaporized in punitive strikes. Civilian centers erased not for strategic value, but to terrify. But instead of submission, the fires had fueled rage. Humanity wasn't just resisting. It was organizing. The assault had been coordinated by the newly formed Earth Resistance Network, EONet. Cell leaders from around the world used salvage comms satellites and encrypted code bursts to share plans. Guerrilla tactics gave way to precision strikes. Factories converted to war foundries overnight. Every salvageable piece of alien tech was studied, repurposed, weaponized. They didn't have a navy. They didn't have space experience. But they had fury, and they had Adil. As the dropship reached the relay station's perimeter, the cloaking field, rigged by Farah using jury-rig heat diffusers, flickered. The station's defense turrets came alive. 3 seconds to impact. Farah shouted, "Brace!" Adil yelled. The ship shuddered as they smashed through the docking bay, skidding into a pile of crates. Alarms blared. Before the smoke cleared, the human strike team burst out, guns up, blades drawn. The aliens fought hard, but they fought like conquerors, predictable, linear, overconfident. Humans fought like survivors. Dirty, fast, lethal. Room by room, they cleared the station. Plasma fire lit up the corridors. Screams echoed. The last officer tried to overload the station's core but was gunned down by Farah with a plasma pistol fused to an old AK-47 frame. Once the station was theirs, Adil limped to the main console. He inserted the data spike. Farah keyed in the sequence, voice steady. "We're live. You sure you want to do this?" Adil stayed into the camera. "This is Captain Adil Khan of Earth. To the Galactic Empire, your purge failed. Your ships are burning, and your time is ending." He leaned closer. "We were supposed to be slaves, but we're still here. And now, we're coming for you." He ended the transmission. Across the stars, in silent labor camps and forgotten colonies, something shifted. The feed had cut through Empire firewalls, broadcasting to millions. In the dark, shackled hands clenched into fists. In bunkers and mine shafts, tired eyes widened. If Earth could fight, so could they. The spark of rebellion. The Galactic Empire wanted slaves. They got resistance instead. Word count, ~500. The last Imperial dreadnought fled Earth's orbit, engines ablaze. From the shattered remains of the orbital relay station, Adil Khan watched through the viewport as the behemoth ship limped away, its hull venting plasma, smoke trailing behind like a wounded animal. Around him, the station's lights flickered, damaged but still functional. Humanity had done it. They had repelled the invasion. But victory had come at a cost. The battle had left the Earth scorched. The oceans shimmered with ash. Cities were craters. Billions were gone. Adil's ribs were fractured, his arm in a makeshift sling. Farah stood beside him, her hands still stained with blood and oil. "We hold orbit," she said quietly. Adil didn't respond. His eyes stayed locked on the distant enemy ship. "I thought they glassed the whole planet," she added. "They tried," he said. "We bled, but we didn't break." Behind them, the resistance techs worked furiously at salvage consoles. Power was draining fast, but there was just enough time for one last transmission. Adil stepped forward. His voice was hoarse, but steady. "To every world that hears this, we are from Earth." He paused, letting that word carry its weight. "They came to enslave us. They came with fire and chains. They thought we would bow. Instead, we rose. We fought. We endured." He looked into the lens, beyond it, into the stars. "To the broken, the beaten, the silenced, your masters are not gods. They bleed, they retreat, and they can fall." Farah hit send. The message pulsed through the galaxy, piggybacking on Imperial relays, bouncing from system to system, unstoppable. It reached mining colonies on dead moons, prison planets, orbiting slums, forgotten fringes, and it lit a fuse. In the dust-choked tunnels of the slave world Draxel V, a gaunt miner paused, pickaxe in hand, listening to the stolen feed on a hacked Riscom. He turned to the others. "You heard that," he whispered. "Earth fought back." Murmurs rippled. A torch was passed. Back on Earth, Adil stood beneath the burned sky, watching as resistance teams began dragging alien wreckage toward what was left of Earth's cities. The rebuilding had already begun, not just of buildings, but of purpose. Farah approached him, holding a dented data drive. "This has the Empire's star charts. We can find their supply lines. Strike where it hurts." He took it and nodded. "Then we don't wait for them to return. We take the fight to them." Earth was no longer prey. It was the birthplace of rebellion. In the galactic shadows, tyrants stirred uneasily, because humanity had survived. And now, it was coming.